Hi everyone. This is a video that was recommended to me on the Discord server by someone. Seemed interesting to me why I dropped out of college. Before getting into it, if you want to, you can join the Discord server from the channel bio. You can give recommendations for me to review. You can discuss with like-minded people. There are very interesting people there. It's actually very fun. I'm glad I made the server.
I like the idea of school. It gives you
I don't.
routine. Ever
Everything that gives you routine is slavery. Yeah.
since you started the first day of kindergarten, that's when you started implementing these routines.
I hated kindergarten. I would, we had like nap times. I wouldn't sleep. I would just stay up and just think that I wouldn't be able to sleep because it was it's an unfamiliar environment. Like I didn't feel safe. I would just stay up. I never really slept during the day as a kid anyways. I would just I just hated kindergarten, man. What can I say? I really hated it. I only liked the parts where we played with toys in the morning. They would give us toys and we would play with them. But that was only for like an hour. Then we would like practice drawing letters and shit. That was torture. I hated school all my life till the end.
Routines. School is good for finding a sense of purpose, finding
What is that purpose? Mindlessly sitting down for 8 hours and listening to a teacher yap about meaningless topics? It wouldn't even be meaningless. Like, school could actually teach someone something, but you need to understand. You could learn science. Like, I'm not against that. I'm not against learning mathematics. I'm not against learning science. I'm not against learning stuff. I'm against learning the wrong stuff. But what I'm even more against is how school teaches you things, right? School, well, the school isn't really trying to teach you anything, but I'll get to that later. The way school teaches you things is you go to this place, right? You only have like a summer break and whatever. You go to this place, 8 hours a day. You wake up like a robot. You go to this school. You sit for 40 minutes in a class. You sit down and look straight ahead to numbers and letters, and some person speak. That's all you're doing for 40 minutes. Or they give you some tests. You look at the paper instead of the teacher. 40 minutes, 10 minutes break. 40 minutes, 10-minute break. Like that for 5 days. 8 hours a day. How is that efficient learning? It's not. Nobody learns math in school. Like you learn basic multiplication, basic stuff, or maybe logarithm. But if you would ask someone, well, what's logarithms used for, right? Or polynomials, right? These are math concepts they teach in high school, polynomials. What the fuck does a polynomial do? Right? I'm not against you learning this math concept, but what are you learning it for? You don't even know what it does. You just memorize these formulas. You just then you forget them too. It's useless. So school isn't. What you need to understand is school isn't teaching you anything. It's not like students ask often um, to their teachers, well, uh, sir, what are we going to use this for? I'm not going to become a mathematician. Why the fuck do I need to know about polynomials? And the reality is, you don't need to know about polynomials. Like, the point isn't teaching you something. The point is teaching you how to be a slave, how to do. The point is implementing that, like carving that idea that you have to learn what they give you into your brain. That's what school does for you. That's what school does to kids, right? It puts this uh, it brainwashes them into being good slaves, right? That's what school is. You have your break, you go back to class, you study. It's just slavery. Like you think that you're free because you're studying at your own will, but you're not really free. They're teaching you, they're telling you, study this, study that, study this meaningless shit. Nobody's interested. Nobody nobody cares about that stuff. You're not even gonna use it. Even if you do become a mathematician, you're going to kind of have to relearn that stuff.
Finding direction. And it also
Direction, like that's in that video, I reviewed some guy talk about direction. I think it was titled "Only Direction You Need in Life Should Be Your Instincts," right? That's the only direction you need in life. You do what the fuck you want to do in life. If you don't know what the fuck you want to do in life, well then you're cooked, right? You're cooked. Well, of course, first you need to eat naturally, right? That's what you really want to do in life. Eat natural food. When you don't eat natural food, you get sick, all sorts of shit. So you need to do that. Obviously, after that, what? Love and community. Your friends, having fun, going hunting, or doing fun stuff. Like it doesn't have to be hunting. You can do anything that's fun to you, unless it's harmful. This idea that you need a direction in life, that you need a career, that you need to pursue something ridiculous. School gives you a purpose. Fucking slave.
builds community. You find friends.
Also builds community. Yeah, but then you get separated from your friends. What does it matter? Also, what kind of a community is that? You only get 10-minute breaks between the 40 minutes, at which where you're trapped in some prison. You're not allowed to run in the hallways. You're not allowed to go play with the nature. You're not allowed to explore. It's a confined ground. It's a prison. So what do you mean community? Like you can just be friends with your neighbor too. You don't have to put the kids into a confined space and make them sit down and not talk for 40 minutes. That's not a very efficient way to get kids to socialize.
You feel like you're part of something. So I like the idea of it. I like the
Yes, exactly. Humans have this instinct of being a part of something. Being a part of something, guys, that's an evolutionary advantage. We want to be a part of something. That's why people are fanatics of football teams. That's why people are religious. That's why people are nationalists, patriots, whatever the fuck. People want to be part of something. That's why fandoms exist, right? For example, this there's this fucking stupid sitcom called Friends, right? Maybe you know it. There are like there's like a Reddit community for it. Are like Friends. It's a weird example, sure, but whatever. What I'm trying to say is this stupid sitcom. Like there can't be anything that could bring people together about this sitcom. It's just a stupid sitcom. Like you're supposed to watch it and laugh. Optionally, of course. It's not that funny. But yet people who like this still come together because they want to feel an emptiness inside of them, which is community, right? You want to be a part of a community. And why is that? Because in nature, if you weren't with your tribe, you would die. You would just die. And these religions, these fandoms, these communities fill that hole, sort of, just like how playing FPS games fill the hole of the instinct to hunt, right? Playing video games fills in that hole because you have this instinct. It's why cats play with like toys, right? That's why cats chase like little strings and shit because they want to hunt. They have that instinct. Yes, they get food, but they still have the instinct to hunt.
The idea of going to school and feeling like there's a sense of direction, feeling like you know what you're doing, you're going and getting it. It's like your job before you get a job, right? That's school. That's
That's so foreign to me. That concept is just I can't comprehend it. If I sat down here, if I sat down here 8 hours a day every single day, just like in school, and try to like comprehend that logic that school gives you purpose and somehow that's good. If I try to empathize that, I could never do it. My brain is just not wired that way. I don't know, so I just don't understand. Like maybe it's something genetic, like actually physical thing in my brain developed differently that makes me think this way, or maybe it's just environments. I don't know, but my brain is wired completely differently to that. I can never understand when people say school gives you purpose. Excuse me, I have purpose in life. I have purpose. I know what I want to do.
what's embedded in your brain. But when you graduate high school, why does a person go to college? What's the real reason that you go to college?
You learn to be a slave further into your life
I went to college. I went to, I graduated from high school and I was
to keep people busy, like meaningless, because college is literally meaningless too.
part of dual enrollment while in high school. So I was getting college credits, but I went to a community college because I didn't know what else to do. You graduate high school and you just already feel like this pressure that you need a path. You need to know what you want already. You need to have this career.
That pressure doesn't come from inside of you, that's just societal brainwashing around you. Everyone you know tells you to do that. If you were in nature, you would, and you could do this alone, as in like you could hunt and survive alone. You could actually do that in nature, and you had friends and love. You would feel no pressure, no, you wouldn't need any direction. Like you would be happy with your life. Like that's pressure of thinking that you need a path in life comes from outside people, the society brainwashing you. It's not your instinct. It's
In
not.
mind. Like that's
It's
very
not nothing.
overwhelming for a high school graduate. You're only like 18, maybe not even, and you're just trying to figure it out. What do you do? What's the next step? For me, it was community college because it was going straight from high school to the next thing right around the corner. It was in the same city, so I was able to just merge. I was able to merge from high school to community college. It wasn't much different. It was just, higher education, less classes. You have like 4 classes for a semester, but they're long classes and you're sitting there
I
taking
guess the only good thing is you can find love in high school. Like you're exposed to a lot of people your age, so you're quite likely to find a partner. I mean, I guess that can be the only good side of it. Well, the other good side is your family doesn't kick you out for because you're not doing anything. That's kind of why a lot of people go to college, right? Like either that or their family is going to kick them out or something, so they just go to college.
notes, listening to the professor.
That's
The
actually
community college
understandable.
route is good. It's good for replacing high school. If you don't know what you want to do, if you don't know what college
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to go work, get a job because it's slavery, you hate that, but you also don't want to be kicked out, so you just keep doing what you're doing.
you even want to apply for, go to a community college because it keeps the brain functioning. It keeps the brain flowing.
You need to go to college to keep your brain functioning. That's just a whole new reality for me. Like I just, it's the opposite for me, right? I'm not the crazy one here, right? Like she has to be the crazy one, or maybe I'm insane. I'm not human, maybe, but that's just so crazy to me. When I go to school, my brain stops functioning. Like my brain just stops functioning, refuses to function. When I'm doing what I want, my brain functions perfectly. I can understand everything. I am perfectly clear. When I go to school, I hate everything because it's slavery. That's
If
so
you
clear to me.
just don't go anywhere straight out of high school, you're going to leave yourself a little more confused. I say this because the first day of kindergarten, you are starting this routine of going to school. K through
I I guess the system just couldn't brainwash me like that. The system just failed on me, I guess. Because yeah, I was exposed to that, but it could never brainwash me.
12,
I guess I just didn't get enslaved like that.
18, almost 18 years of your life, you are going to school. So you need to cater into that routine for yourself. If you
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what school teaches you: slavery, how to be a slave. A routine, having this routine, is that's slavery. We hate routines. We want to do whatever the fuck we want. Maybe today, you wanna get up later. You wanna wake up for the sunrise. You wanna track some animal. You wanna look for interesting looking stones and sticks. That's what you want to do in nature. You don't want to have some routine, which is why people are so obsessed with scrolling TikToks. Because when you scroll TikToks, it's constantly different stuff, right? It's constantly different stuff. You're seeing different things. That's another reason why people play video games. That's why TikTok is so addictive. TikTok and Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, whatever. It's constantly different stuff. You want to do different stuff, not the same exact stuff every single day. You hate that. You hate school.
graduate high school and you just don't do anything after high school, you're going to be confused. You're going to be more confused than ever. You know, you have to do something. And if you don't know what it is, at least go
Go hunting. Go hunting. Hunt yourself some food, right? Get a hunting license if you can. Go hunting. Go fishing. Like you can go fishing without a license, right? I mean, you can here. I don't know if that's the case everywhere, but like go hunting, go fishing, do that. Learn how to gather food for yourself, or maybe just gather information about the world, right? Learn what the possible health dangers are. Learn which foods are the best and how to get them. Learn how to be optimally healthy. Learn something useful. Don't go to college and waste your fucking time. Learn useful stuff. Don't waste your time. Like maybe I don't know. I just can't think of any degree that's useful. Like anything that you can learn. Like because everything you can learn at college can be learned more efficiently when you're just alone, right? Just sitting down at from home. If you have the internet access to internet, you can just learn everything basically better than in college. You can access more research. You can you set your own time. It's not slavery. So yeah, you can learn editing, for example. You can learn something like that, make money off that. You can learn computer science. I guess some people find that fun. I hate it. I don't find that fun whatsoever. But if it's fun to you, sure, that's great. Go make some money. I guess. I don't know if there's any money in that, but just an example.
to a community college for at least one
If you actually do believe that going to college is going to get you a ton of money and it's not going to ruin your life, go ahead, do it. Whatever.
year. 2 semesters, 1 year. It's not even as expensive as applying to a university, applying to a private college. I'm telling you, go to a community college after high school. It's just
Oh yeah, that's the thing in America, right? They pay for university. Crazy, insane, absolute insanity. You have to pay for the fucking university, and they do it like where I live. It's like already paid for, obviously taken from taxpayer money. So you do pay for it, but like you don't. They don't give you an option, I guess. Imagine consciously paying for that. People getting like hundreds of thousands of dollars debts to become lawyers or doctors or some shit. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Just keeps you enslaved. Like it makes the possibility of you actually getting out of the system, like making some money, getting out of the system, buying yourself farm. Like because you could technically do if you weren't to get into a student loan debt. Maybe you're extremely smart. Like lessons are, the exams are super easy to you. You just ace every single one of them with little effort. You become like a surgeon. You make some money. You save up some money. Then you get out of slavery, right? You sort of save your kids and shit, but that's not how it is. You get into this huge student loan debt, and you don't make a ton of money starting the job. So by the time that you pay your student loan debt, by the time you start making real money, also when you first really start getting the money, you pay the debts, right? Then you have this ton of money. What do people do? They go buy meaningless things. They go buy supercars, right? They go buy a new car. Buying a new car is absolutely stupid, by the way. Cars are. It's just so stupid to buy a new car. Like if the old car still works, why buy a new one, right? It's only a tool. People see it's like a status symbol. They think it's going to make them happy, which it won't. So they go buy a new car. Or they get worse. They get into debt to buy this luxury house, or maybe not even luxury. To just because it's in the city, they pay insane amounts. They get into debts for insane amounts for this house. So they're off paying off that debt. So they live like slaves, and the only thing they get in exchange for making more money is these superficial things like a house, an apartment in New York City, right? That's meaningless. That's why, why, or a car or a supercar, right? Maybe the seat is comfier, right? But is it worth the slavery? Or maybe the apartment is just a bit bigger. Why would you want it closer to the city, anyways? I can never understand that.
going to keep
So
the blood.
you just get stuck in this system, like the logic of, oh, let me go to university, let me work a bit, I'll I'll make a lot of money for my children, they won't have to be slaves. No, no, it's gonna take so long for you to make a ton of money like that, which is not even guaranteed. Like people fail medical school, or maybe some business venture. You're an entrepreneur. We only see the successful entrepreneurs. You don't see the failed ones. Like people's logic with entrepreneurship is eventually, if I keep trying, I'll succeed. Well, that is a possibility. You will. Maybe if you keep trying for long enough, like 1,000 years, you'll probably succeed. But you don't have 1,000 years. You got like 10 years, right? 10, 20 years before your health starts deteriorating, you get old. You don't even have infinite time. Like you might just fail. Like that's why money is absolutely meaningless. It can get you stuff in the slave system, sure, but that's if you get lucky. With hard work, the money you get by hard working is worthless. Let's say you won the lottery, right? You found that it's absolutely stupid to buy lottery tickets, of course, but you saw a lottery ticket on the floor. You took it and you win the lottery. That's great. That's great, right? That's amazing. A ton of free money. Buy yourself a farm, but it's working. Oh, let me work for 10 years. Let me work in my 20s. I'll make a ton of money. I won't have to work as hard. I'll be with my kids more. Well, your kids are gonna have to go through the same slavery process. So you gotta break out of the system. That's what you have to do. You have to get out of this fucking system, which you can only do by being absolutely self-sufficient. Like if you wanna break out of the system, you gotta be self-sufficient. You gotta learn how to hunt. You gotta learn how to catch fish. You need to learn this stuff. You need to learn how to build a shelter, maybe how to track animals, how to catch the biggest fish. These are actually useful skills, unlike getting a degree in college. That's just keeping yourself in the slave system. You're not breaking out of shit. Oh, I'm 20 years old. Let me work for 5 years. Let me work my ass off, make some money, be a millionaire, make millions of dollars. I'll save my bloodline. No, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. You're welcome to try it. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want.
Flowing, keep the education going. You're just going to, you'll find it. You will
Yeah,
find it.
you'll,
You have to
you'll find
trust
it.
in
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah. Just waste your life, man. You'll find it. Like the time travel is invented, right? There's such thing as time travel. If you waste your life, you can just scroll back, go back to the start, redo it. Oh yeah, that's how life works, right? It's a video game. You can just hit a reset button. No problem, guys. Just it's fine. Just try this. Try waste your life on this thing that you hate. If it doesn't work out, you'll use the time machine to go back, because time machines exist. Maybe in a world where you had a time machine, that would make sense, right? You could try everything, every possible every possible thing.
That you will find what you like to do. That's pretty much the game of life. Figure it out, put yourself in situations to figure it out.
Yeah, but you're not putting yourself in any situation to figure anything out. You're literally joining a flock as sheep. That's what everyone does. Everyone goes to college. That's what everyone does. You need to break out of the system. So don't pay for college. If your parents are gonna kick you out because you don't go to a university or something, sure, yeah, then go. Why not? You know, then it makes sense. But learn how to catch food on your own, how to survive in nature. That's I just don't see another way of breaking out of the system. Like the whole, oh, let me make a ton of money, let me get this degree, let me buy a farm. No, that's not gonna work. I don't see that working. Maybe if you're super lucky it will work, but that's not gonna work. You only have one life. Like there's no such thing as, oh, let me try my chance. If it doesn't work out, I'll start over. No, no, no. You have a finite amount of time on this planet.
But after community college, I went there for a year. I did 2 semesters, so I did fall and spring. After spring, I actually wanted to apply to a private university. I was really, really interested in human psychology. You know,
Yes, psychology. Psychologists just fix everything, right? You can fix physical damage to the brain by talking. That's what you can do, right? Psychology is such bullshit, man. It's such bullshit. It's insane bullshit. Just I hate psychologists, man. I fucking hate them.
no, that's a given, right? Like, who isn't interested in psychology? Like, let's be real here. Whenever you're talking about psychology, everyone is listening. Everyone kind of likes that type of whatever. But psychology, that was my interest. I told myself, I'll go get a freaking a degree in psychology. Like, I can do that. I love psychology. Like, that's cake. So
if you love psychology as like a hobby, just learn it. Why? Like, you're not gonna like it in school, even if you like the topic.
Also, I had so many classes that were part of psychology starting from high school to college, so it made sense. I took AP courses for psych and stuff. So I told myself, I'm going to pick a major now. My major was kind of unidentified. It was just like there because I was at a community college, just wanted to take my basic courses, math, science, writing, whatever. But psychology, I picked psychology and I went into a university. I applied to a private university and got accepted. I did the whole essay and everything. I had all of my credits. I had everything I needed. I went. Private university. I'm there, right? I'm telling myself, I'm getting a degree in psychology. So I'm there.
You're getting in debt. Private university means you need to pay, right? You're just getting even more stuck. You're getting deeper into the slave system. You're becoming even more of a slave.
This university is not very known for psychology. This university that I got accepted to was a business university. So in my head, I'm just like, well, I might as well major in psych and then minor in business, like business administration or management, whatever, just pick a
Yeah, just waste more time, man. You got what, 10 years till you're infertile. That's how it is for modern women, really. With the avocado toasts and the energy drinks that they consume, they go infertile very fast.
business minor. So I had the funny thing is I only had one psych class and everything else was business classes as a psych major. So I basically put myself in a position to either go full-fledged with psychology or learn some new stuff about business, just feel like I'm getting some sort of criteria through business. Long story short, we're a whole year into this university and the pandemic hit, right? Pandemic 20 is it 2020 that it hit? Yeah, spring 2020. 2019, I was in college. I was in a university studying, going to college. I was in the classroom studying. 2020, spring, COVID, pandemic, the spring break happens, right? Spring break, this is a global thing, or at least nationwide because it's spring break, but all colleges and universities shut down during spring break. And then we went into, learning online mode. We were all learning online and we were doing what we had to do, doing our homeworks, finishing up the semester, finishing the year. After that year, I dropped out. I said, I'm done. Like, what? I'm done. The, the experience of going to college was worth it. It was everything because I went to the classroom. I actually went to the college to learn. I was
Yeah, if you had like no friends and you wanted to be with people your own age, I guess that could be fun for you. For me, it was never fun because you're stuck in a prison, really. That's what school is. So it's never fun, even if you have friends there.
in state, so it wasn't expensive. It's expensive, but it wasn't as expensive. But yeah, I had the experience. I had the college experience. I looked into all the classes that I was interested in, business, psychology, and I told myself, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know what direction
No, no, you don't say. You don't say.
I'm going in. I like psychology, but is there a future in psychology?
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. It's alright. You'll just be reincarnated when you die, right? That's what happens.
For me, is there anything that I can do with that degree that I actually enjoy? No,
No, there's nothing you can do with a degree that you enjoy. You might say there's some degrees that you can use to make a lot of money. Although, like I said, it's never worth to put the effort in to get that degree for the money that's gonna get you. But if you already did, like it's done, it's over, sure, you did a mistake, whatever. There are some degrees like that, but
I don't want to actually be a psychologist.
you're not gonna enjoy it, right? It's yeah, you're gonna make the money. Maybe it's some degree that's gonna get you a lot of money. You're gonna be able to buy yourself a farm. Maybe like maybe that's possible, but without working for 10 years, you have a degree like that. Yeah, then maybe that degree would be useful. But having it would be useful. I would never recommend getting that, working that hard to just worthless. That's if you already did the mistake of that, but you're still not gonna enjoy the work you do because it's work. You can't enjoy work. You can't.
I don't. I just like the idea of learning human psychology. You can like learning something, but do you like actually doing it? There's a difference, and you have to learn that for yourself. You have to learn the things you like and the things that you would actually.
Yeah, because what you do in school isn't learning psychology, it's just being a slave. It's completely different. School is the worst way to teach someone something. Absolute worst way.
really enjoy doing for the rest of your life. That's a very big commitment. And so, after a year of me being in the university and also having these business classes, I learned a lot about marketing, advertising, business administration, all of those types of business, vocabulary type, whatever. I learned all of that while I was in freaking college. And so,
Yeah, you had to go to college to learn that stuff. You couldn't do it online, right? Impossible. You can't do that online. It's the information is locked up inside of a safe in the university. You can learn anything on your own.
while I'm doing very well in those classes, I'm excelling in my business classes. I'm just telling myself, you know what? I could just start a business. I can just start a business. I can be an entrepreneur. An
Oh,
entrepreneur. I will be an entrepreneur. That's what I told myself. When I quit college, when I
I don't
dropped
have anything against that, but you need luck for that. Like,
out of college, because I didn't drop out of community college, I dropped out of a private university that I got accepted to, that I had potential to go get a degree in, right? But the degree, is that worth more than the business? Having a business, you don't need a degree to have a business. You need a degree to go be a doctor. You need a degree to go, I just think having a degree is not the clear-cut path. It's not, because if you don't know exactly what you're doing, if you don't know exactly what you're doing it for, it's not worth it, because you're just going to be in debt. You're going to be in debt.
I'll put it in better terms. It's never worth it to get in debt for a degree. If it's for free, you can do it. So your parents don't kick you out. I guess you can do that.
Debt worth it? Because then you got to pay it off. I think the very toxic cycle of college
Yeah, she
is
understands that it's a toxic cycle. Wow.
when you start going to college, you tell yourself that you're studying for a degree that would pay off your debt. That's the toxicness of going to college. You tell yourself you're going to make more money than the debt you're accumulating every day going to college.
That's not for certain, obviously. Maybe you'll get sick. Maybe you get sick, you can't do it. Maybe you get pregnant. What then? What happens then? Well, of course, if she gets pregnant, we all know what happens then, but you know what I mean. Like, something happens. What then? Your mom dies. Your whole family dies in a car crash. You're just mentally in shambles. Are you gonna be able to work? You're gonna have to go to work still to pay your debts. You're gonna be an absolute slave if you get in debt. Getting in debt is the worst idea. Never do it.
That's a toxic cycle. You know, if you don't know exactly what you're doing, you're just going to accumulate debt to the point where it's
What do you mean you know exactly what you're doing? How can you what's like huh? What do you mean knowing exactly what you're doing? What?
it's part of your baggage in life. You know, you have to make money to pay it off. Luckily, I am debt free. I am debt free. I do not need to worry about debt in order to start a business. Debt can be useful, but college debt, come on. People have thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt just going to college. And who's to say they even amounted to anything? College is not always the answer. You are the answer. Do you want to go to college? College is fun. You know, college can be an experience, but I feel like if you give yourself too much of the experience, you are going to set yourself back financially just through debt, just through deciding going to college, because going inside of a college building is already worth money. You are paying money to just apply to these colleges. It's money. It's you're paying for it. You know, routine is great. Routine is great. K through
Sure, routine is great. Slavery is amazing. Well, maybe you think that, but I would disagree.
12 is free, right? That's free. The routine of going to college is good for you, but what's not good
How is it good for you? How exactly is it good for you? What in nature would be a routine? You could say that you would hunt every day. That would be a routine. First of all, that would be wrong. You would hunt animals of different sizes every single time. If you hunted a mammoth with a really big tribe, that would last you for a month, maybe, depending on how big the tribe is. That would last you for a month. A smaller animal would last you less. There's nothing routine about it. There's nothing routine about nature.
for you is you questioning what you're doing. You know, that's not good. I quit college because it didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense. I was like paying so much money for me to just not know what I'm doing. You know, like I don't know what I want to do with my life. So why am I going to waste more time accumulating all this debt, accumulating all of this, you know, stress onto myself, homework, because it's a lot of work to go to college. You don't just go and get the degree. You got to earn the degree, right? So you got to earn
Yeah, you gotta prove that you're a good slave.
something that you actually want. You know, you don't tell yourself you're going to college just to go to college. You know, of course, my parents were happy. My parents were freaking over the moon for
Yeah, because your parents are fucking brainwashed. Because human beings are not designed to. We didn't evolve to have colleges or some shit. We just evolved to be in nature, right? You would have to worry about none of these things.
me. But this is my life. You know, I have to pick what I like to do. I have to pick what I enjoy doing with my life. And right now, I am using human psychology to even talk on camera. I am building a business in front of me.
You need to you need to know human psychology to talk on camera. Interesting. I guess I don't use a webcam, but I can still talk in front of the laptop. That's not very difficult. I don't need a degree for that, right? I don't need to go to college for psychology for that. I get it. She doesn't want to say that I completely wasted my time and my money. But yeah, that's just the truth.
And I'm so proud of myself because I could be in college knee deep in debt and also confused. So, anyone who has just graduated high school or who is thinking of going to college, you're not the only one who is confused. You are not the only one who thinks that's the answer, okay? And it is a spiral, toxic cycle to think that any job could just pay all that debt of your college. You have to really, 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 really want it for that to be worth it. Seriously. So, I would recommend for anyone to follow your intuition. You
Huh,
know,
that's
don't
good
follow your
advice.
heart, don't follow your emotions, follow your intuition.
What does that even mean? Don't follow your heart emotions. What?
You know, if you like something bad enough, if you like a major bad enough, if you want to go be an engineer, do it. Believe in yourself, though. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself enough to go through with it,
Yeah,
don't.
I do agree with that. Like, go do it. I don't care. Like, it's not my life, but you're definitely gonna regret doing that. You gotta learn skills to get out of the system. You gotta learn how to hunt and how to catch fish, how to build shelter, how to make fire. Those are actually useful skills that you can use to get out of the slave system for real. It doesn't require much work either. Like, it's not that hard.
Don't, because you're just going to be in debt. So, this is why I brought up why I dropped out of college. I feel like I need to start bringing in some more personal narratives. I need to bring in my story a little more because this is a very raw part of my life, a very sensitive part of my life. You know, this was during the pandemic. So, to make this type of decision was a huge decision
During the pandemic.
in my life. It has dictated a lot of things up until now. So, I recommend any high school graduate to at least challenge your mind before you make a decision. Challenge yourself. Don't just make a decision. Yeah. Yeah, I got a little personal with this one today. I'm really passionate about I love school. I really do. I don't have anything bad to say about school. It's just about your intentions.
School is fucking terrible. It's absolute slavery. Wow, I this was a 14-minute video and I've been talking for 47 minutes. Wow, that's gotta be like a new record for me at least. Anyways, if you watched this far, congratulations. You know, hats off to you. I don't know if anyone will watch it this far, but thank you for listening to me talk about this stuff. Make sure to join the Discord server if you haven't already. Just good community, you know. There are there are very interesting people with interesting different ideas. It's always good to hear people of different opinions. I don't think there's any harm in that. Yeah, that's it.